Thank you for the applause. I think I'm a little bit overdressed for this crowd, but person standing behind me is President of Madison Firefighters Local 311, Joe Conway. And I want to recognize all the firefighters from around the state that are in the corner right back there. Guys, give me some. Okay, we're going to be brief because we weren't planning to speak today, but we couldn't help ourselves. We could, you know the predicament that we are in, and we could have just stood idly by, take a couple steps back, and say, let them fight it. That's their business. Let's stay out of their backyard. But we didn't do that. Because when firefighters and police see an emergency, what do? We respond. And when firefighters see a burning building that we respond to, when everybody's running out, where do we go? Where do we go? So our house is burning down, ladies and gentlemen. So we're here to go in, and we're going to lead the charge and go in first. And if that house burns down, we will be right here beside you to help rebuild that house. Thank you all for coming. I would like to introduce the leader of this great state of Wisconsin as far as unions go, and a man that I've grown to know and love in a very short time. If you don't see him around, I don't see how you could miss him, but he's a true leader. President of the AFL-CIO, our leader, Phil Noonfeld. Good morning! Headlines across the paper. Talks about workers storming the Capitol yesterday. Storming the Capitol yesterday, staying in it all night last night. There were demonstrations all across the state of Wisconsin yesterday. And guess what, brothers and sisters? We're back. We're back today. We'll be here tonight, and we're going to come back tomorrow until this fight is over. We are committed as trade union laborers in the great state of Wisconsin to stand up for our rights and for the rights of all working people in this great state. It is on us to fight for the right to collectively bargain. It is on us to fight for the right to have a collective voice in the workplace, and we cannot stand by and watch those rights taken away. Right? The crowds that you see before you are large. The crowds around the state are large. But remember, for every one of you, there's another 100 people that could not get here today. That gives you an idea of how many people are supporting the rights for people. This proposal is too extreme. That's our message. It's too extreme. They should not be taking away our rights as workers and our rights as Americans. In Wisconsin, we've come together. Members of the public sector, members of the industrial sector, members of the building trades, healthcare, all aspects of the economy are coming together. And why? Because this is Wisconsin and our history runs deep. And we understand that in Wisconsin, when you do an injury to one, you do an injury to all.
In my lifetime, there's been certain epics like this, but not such a broad cross-section of working people. The regressive proposals have struck a chord of all working people in this state. I'm now getting calls from across the country with support, encouragement. Our strategy now has to be to derail the legislative process because from what we're being told, this is a done deal. The Republicans are extremely cavalier in their attack on working people, and it stops here, right here in Madison.
Let me ask you, Ed, in terms of like the cities like Wauwatosa or Kenosha or Milwaukee, what's a message? You know, we're in Madison right now, but what's a message to these other outlying areas?
Stay strong, act your conscience. The time is always right to do the right thing.
Thanks so much for this. I appreciate it.
And we're staying tonight. We're going to sleep by Bob LaFollette's bus, and we're ready to do whatever it takes by any means necessary.
All right. Thank you very much. That's good to see you again, man.
Marv, the low-lying fruit. Mark's president of Highway Shop, Local 1077, Rock County.
Excellent. Can you introduce yourself again for the camera? Tell us where you came from.
My name is Marv Beek. I'm president of Local 1077, Janesville, Wisconsin, Department of Public Works, Rock County.
Well, tell us a little bit. Janesville's seen a lot of challenging politicians and a lot of challenging politics, shall we say, with your friend Ryan. But tell me about this. Do you have other people down here with you?
About 1/3 of our crew was here yesterday. There's about a dozen members here today. There's going to be more tomorrow. We're going to stay one day longer than they stay.
Right.
And that's our plan.
That's great. That's great.
And the thing of it is I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, or what you are, what he's doing is wrong.
Absolutely.
And all the people want a chance is to do it the right way. We've given concessions all the time. But the idea of just taking them is just not in the cards for us.
All right. Well, stay strong. Thanks so much.
We will stay strong. Like Ed said, we're staying here all night.
Excellent. Thanks so much. Okay.
Do I turn this off from?
You know how? You hit that button right here.
Where's the red one?
Red one.
Do I do that?
Yep. Okay, if you can introduce yourself real quick and tell us where's the process at for this bill?
John Erpenbach from the State Senate. The process is in the Joint Committee on Finance right now, and they're going to be making a couple of, they say, technical changes to the bill, so we'll see. And then it's supposed to come to the Senate on Thursday, and we'll maybe deal with it then. I know we're going to have probably over 100 amendments to try and make it better, but it's got a long way to go to be better. There's a lot more other things in the bill, too, that are bad.
And for people that want to weigh in, who should they call, or how do they get into the process?
The easiest way is to come down to the Capitol if you can. Otherwise, you can call, you can email, you can comment on Facebook, you can comment on Twitter. There's all sorts of ways to get involved, but it's important people do.
Okay, thank you.